We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson.
All right, folks, of course, that was the O.J. Simpson verdict, of course, heard around the world. And ever since then, oh, my God, we've got documentaries, we've got movies, we've got analysis. We had American Crime Story, a 10-part series. Now ESPN has a 30 for 30, a 5-part series. What is the fascination with O.J. Simpson and race? How did O.J. become the poster child to say, let's examine America's issues with race through the lens of O.J. Simpson?
I got it in two words.
The reason
Rodney
is obvious.
King.
Rodney King.
3 years after Rodney King was brutalized, we all saw it. The guys who did it to him were let go. They had to go to another region to even do the trial. 3 years later, an African-American handsome star comes out and is able to afford the kind of attorneys, the kind of support that an average rich white man could do. Right. And he turned the tables. I was working at the DNC at the time, right down the block, and I was working with African-American colleagues and friends. And when the verdict came in I was getting a fax, shows you how old it is. I was getting a fax rolling, and when the verdict came in, everybody started, my African-American colleagues, they started clapping and cheering. I'm looking at, what's going on here? And you know what? At that point, I realized we live in a parallel universe, and I started to understand then.
The reason for the real fixation, though, is, let's face it, this is the first African-American history to get away with killing 2 white people and walk away. It has never happened before.
Come to that conclusion.
It has never happened before. So that fixation with how the hell did he get away with that? A double homicide, an African-American getting away with a double homicide. And you're right, he could afford the legal representation that another defendant couldn't afford. I thought it was more about money than it was about race, really. But that's the fixation.
So we agree.
Rich, go ahead.
But the thing about O.J. is O.J. was O.J. before this.
Right. Oh.
I mean, there was a fascination about O.J. from the time he was in college.
Yeah.
So this is just...
I mean, yes, Heisman Trophy winner at USC.
But we've had other celebrities do crazy stuff and go to court. I mean, he's not the first guy that's done that.
The way it was with his, right? So that was the combination of the amount of attention. He's a good-looking guy. He had a post-athletic career.
God forbid he was an ugly killer. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
But all of those things come together. America's fascination with stars.
Yeah.
The fact that he had a post-athletic career. We saw him in those airport ads.
Right.
There was this guy is a guy everybody wanted to love, and we already love stars. So when you combine that, you know, now this is really confusing. Did he actually kill people? Am I supposed to hate this guy? I don't know that there's another character like him in American history.
Well, but
That's why it's fascinating.
But seriously, it's like okay. Again, you had the recreation of the trial.
Yes.
10 episodes. Now you have this ESPN. then of course, on the success of the ratings of the 10 episode American Crime Story, then another network replayed the best of the trial. And I'm sitting here going, okay, is this the only example in America that we can examine race?
That's the worst sin.
But that's right. When that trial was going on, I was working in a law firm during that time. And when that verdict came in, let me tell you what happened. The attorneys in the law firm, predominantly white, were stunned into silence.
I was thinking.
Got it.
Blacks in the office were cheering. Yeah. The attorneys could not, for the life of them, understand how he got away with it. So we're looking at this because people just can't believe still that it happened.
But it's one of those issues, to your point, Roland. It's one of those issues that if you're old enough to remember, you remember exactly where you were when you heard the verdict.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those rare...
the car chase.
So
car chase.
The reason why is it brings together sports, race, and celebrity. And you know that those
race,
categories are
sex, domestic violence.
You know,
okay, but here's the deal.
Together.
So don't underestimate the CNN effect on this one.
Yeah.
The fact is, we televised that from the moment it started with that car chase.
Oh, my agent, Mark Watts, was a national correspondent covering the trial.
HLN built an entire channel on after that on car chases and court cases.
Right.
I mean, that's what became an entire generation of America brought up on.
Answer this for me then. So y'all essentially saying that O.J. is the new JFK? Here's what I mean, okay? JFK gets assassinated. I mean, we have books, we have documentaries, we have movies, we have conspiracies. So you're saying 25 years from now, when there's going to be a 50th anniversary of O.J. getting off.
Yes.
Well, O.J. will maybe still in jail.
Yeah.
In that, he's
Or will
serving
be
a
in jail again, yeah.
He's serving a 33-year sentence with a 9-year possible getting out. Kennedy was assassinated.
I'm not.
We're still
just-
talking about him.
but
He's
I-
been gone
but-
for a long time.
Right, that's what I'm
Good
saying.
point.
No,
I
I'm
think
saying
a better
is.
example is Muhammad Ali and what happened the last few days when we were fascinated and moved by his angry life, changing of his life,
Yeah,
and
but
then
that-
bringing people in to love him, white, black,
And a much more
everyone else.
interesting
Well,
point about race in America,
Yes.
actually.
But he didn't kill nobody. And see, and
Well,
hold
he hit him
on,
hard. He hit hard,
he,
though.
he didn't kill nobody, and he didn't get with white women.
He had a tough-
So he ain't that interesting. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, bottom line,
Well,
I'm just.
maybe right.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, bottom line, I really believe O.J. is the new JFK.
O.J.
25
crossed a
years
lot of-
from now, just like there's still once a year, Vanity Fair will put
O.J.
JFK
did
on the
cross-
cover.
It's an amazing story. I mean, you have a major sports star that commits a double homicide, gets off from it, and then is, of course, back in. I mean, the whole thing
and then
is
I guess
unprecedented.
and puts the black guy over his defense team over the white guy.
Right. I mean, it's
And that
just-
lawyer did a remarkable job. Johnny
Exactly.
Cochran
Yeah.
goes down
Without
in history
Johnny Cochran,
as like a TV actor
Right.
version of a lawyer.
Right.
F. Lee
Right?
Bailey,
Right.
Robert Shapiro, the Kardashian, of the famous
Unbelievable.
Kardashian
Barry
thing.
Scheck.
All
The
of these
best
guys.
of- you
Johnny
know,
Cochran. I mean, he could afford it.
Right.
And people said, there's a
never
black
been a
man
team like
who
that.
can compete with any white man. And I think that's why people would cheer.
And he
The
had
black
this.
community viewed it as, for once,
Yes,
finally,
exactly.
there's a black man with enough money
There you
in
go.
America
Thank you,
to
Counsel.
buy justice.
And we've seen it many times where black people have been killed from Emmett Till on up and down,
Right.
and people have gotten away with it. And I think that was part of that
That's the
reaction.
Rodney King moment.
It's like, you know, even though it's, I think, not right. I mean, he
Okay.
killed two
Right.
people.
All right.
But we
You know,
will be
I
talking
was
about
just-
it in 25
I was
Now
years.
you
just-
know why
I
we're
was-
fascinated.
I was just
You were
curious.
just wondering.
All right. When we come back, Danielle Nicolay joins us to talk about her new movie, Central Intelligence, alongside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, of course, that crazy man Kevin Hart. All of that, News 1 Now, TV 1.